broadcast booth and brought one side with a clear advantage coming into this one. Coming off the bye week, while their opposition, well, they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry, just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye who had more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. You're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some big plays early to grab that momentum right from the jump.
Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
And he's going to score! Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Hurts comes out throwing. He puts some juice on a deep, big game downfield. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Putting the tight end in motion. First down, Williams. That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 38. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Bears first down. Johnson up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Williams from the gun. Hauled in left side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 now. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Kate, when you watch the Combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Carney's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hey, Silver.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's on the move. He takes it himself. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Hurts throwing again. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
Great, set.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in, touchdown. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, first and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Bears trying to make some noise before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 1. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up to the 44. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Finding Thomas near the sideline. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
From the 47. Connects with Johnson. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. They'll head up, 1st and 10 from the 42. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The Bears decide to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears get some late points and the lead. It's a... touchdown! Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick...
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. First and 10, here's Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. He put everything he had into this one. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's trying another one deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games. This sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Bears going back on offense just before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First down throw by Williams. Throw left side, complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First down, Williams. Got him in, it's Thomas. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. From the 41. That's Thomas. He's got it. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Throwing for the end zone. Into a crowd, and intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Eagles do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium. Quarter. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And as you see, they are currently all tied with the visiting Denver Broncos. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention.
Hey, easy, 63, bang. Delta.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
73. 73. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. Brought in right side. He's got a gain of 6 there. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Tiger Hornet. No touch.
On first down, Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
No touch.
From the 25 on second down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Edwards. And the Bears will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Johnson gets it on first and 10. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they...
And it's close, Brock, but they say he's in. Touchdown! The Bears. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The touchdown disappears. He was not able to reach the end zone after all. Johnson will score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grab the lead on their first series of the half. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears push their lead to 3. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Set. No touch.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Gets everything he has. That's complete inside the 35. Has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a lead just before the end of the third. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott It's all set for the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and Roschon Johnson making their way out now. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Williams from the gun. He's got a man left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Off the play fake, Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That carry gets him 8, and there's another 8 to go now on 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down. Here's Williams. That's caught for the 1st. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Byron Murphy picks it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Great. Hey, 73.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Great. Set. Hey. No touch.
Here's 2nd and 5. Able to get it to Barkley. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Finds a man right side. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
No touch.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Deep down the right sideline. It's his running back making the catch. And with that last throw, a memorable one for him because it gets him to the 3,000-yard plateau for the year. It's a mark every quarterback tries and honestly expects to hit over the course of a regular season. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Legette's got it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First down, Williams. He finds Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throw by Williams. Looking right, and he finds him.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Williams to throw on third. Has his man. It's Odunze. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Working from the gun, Williams. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Okay,
yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Trying for it on the ground. And he's into the end zone, so the two-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the fourth. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now, get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They're headed out now defending not a two-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a two-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off, and punt that ball. Not now.
Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted! Picked by T.J. Edwards. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and can do some serious damage.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here.
Go Silver, ready?
Hurts back to the air after the pick. That's complete to Leggett. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. The play clock down to just 2 seconds, but we get a timeout call. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down
63,
here.
63. Hey, Silver. Hey! Carlos, bien! Nelson!
And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Tremaine Edmunds has it. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one.
Go!
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears take this one on the road. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott.